Want what you have, be who you are, and do what you can. These words to bring us into this gathering space by the Reverend Forrester Church. You might notice those were a little shorter than usual. But it does make sense since our theme this morning is less is more. And as you begin to think, maybe we'll get out of this service at 10:50 today. and there's an early hiking in this afternoon for me. But we'll see how it goes. No promises. We aim for 11:10 or 11:05. Well, because the idea of less is more invites us to slow down and clear out and breathe easier and deeper. We ask you to stand and join us for our opening hymn, When I Breathe In. It's a meditation on breathing. So the way we're going to do this is, it's in 3 parts. We've sung it many times, but maybe it's new to you. What's that? Stand up. What, were we not standing? Anyway, rise and by your spirit as we sing our opening hymn. We had talked about having you sit, but that seemed like too chill of a way to begin, so we're going to stand. And it begins with the drone, and the choir is going to help us out, and then we'll add the melody. Sterling's going to lead that, and then we'll have the descant, and I'll lead that. But we're not splitting up. We're just asking you to join in with whatever part feels good, and you can switch around if you'd like. Breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe. Let's add the melody. Out. When I breathe in, I'll breathe in peace. When I breathe out, I'll breathe out. When I breathe in, I'll breathe in peace. When I breathe out, let's add the descant. I'll breathe out love. When I breathe in, when I breathe in, I'll breathe in peace. When I breathe out, I'll breathe out love. When I breathe in, I breathe in peace. When I breathe out, when I breathe out, I breathe out love. When I breathe in, I'll breathe in peace. When I breathe out, I'll breathe out love. When I breathe in, I breathe in, I breathe in peace. When I breathe out, let's take the descant away, just the melody and drone. When I breathe in, I'll breathe in peace. When I breathe out, I'll breathe out. Let's take out the melody. Breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out.
Good morning. It is my pleasure to welcome you to the Unitarian Universalist Fellowship of Central Oregon. I'm Laura Voisinet, and we are so glad that you are here with us this morning, both here in our sanctuary and on Zoom, as we continue our April theme, Exploring Possibility. We offer a special welcome to those of you on Zoom, and if you are new, we invite you to put your name in the chat. We are an inclusive community that affirms the mind, heart, and body in our search for truth and meaning. Here you will find both comfort and challenge for your spiritual journey. Whatever your age, whether you are young or young at heart, your wallet is empty or plentiful, your skin color is light or dark or in between, come in, be among us. You are welcome here. Whatever your sexual orientation, gender identity, or life story, come in, be among us. You are welcome here. If you woke up with a heart full of spring joy, or if your heart feels heavy this morning, come in, be among us. You are welcome here. Wherever you are from, whatever your faith, theist, atheist, agnostic, drawn to any of the world's religions, or seeking your own path as you are called by the Spirit, come in, be among us. You are welcome here. If in this culture of division, if your beliefs differ from mine, but you are called to love, come in, be among us. All of you, each of you, beloveds, are welcome here.
Good morning. My name is Carolyn Gass, and my husband Brandon will be lighting the chalice today. Our chalice lighting words are from Reverend Michelle Collins. This flame burns for what might be, for hands that help us up and point to the rising sun, for hearts that whisper, what if, for dreams that blanket our imaginations with what might be. May our chalice shine light for our work of becoming.
Please rise as you're able and join us in singing our chalice response, Spirit of Life. Spirit of life, come unto me. Sing in my heart all the stirrings of compassion. Blow in the wind, rise in the sea, move in the hand, giving life the shape of justice. Through told we close, wings set me free. Spirit of life, come to me, come to me.
It's time for our Time for All Ages. So if you are young or young at heart, we invite you to find your way to the rug this morning, and we're going to move really slowly and really carefully because we have a much smaller space to be in today. So we can sit on the stairs, on one of the spots on our lily pad down here. Nice.
Let's see here. Did you?
There's room for everybody.
All right, here. I was just looking up on my phone here how long it takes a handbell choir to become awesome. Because I kind of can't believe that they just started this year. And then I started thinking about the history of handbells. And did you know that credit for the development of the modern handbell, or handbells, is accorded to the brothers Robert and William Corr in Aldburn, Wiltshire, England, between 1696 and 1724. I guess they couldn't quite figure out when. And then I was going to look up something else, like characteristics or terminology. Did you know that... I'm sorry, I got distracted. Perhaps we should do a Time for All Ages. But I was just looking at some funny videos on my phone that I thought I would share with you, and I sent them to Leo and Drake at the desk back there. Can we watch some funny videos? Would that be okay with everybody? Funny videos? Is that okay? Yeah, I think so, right? All right, let's watch some funny videos. This is a conversation between a bird and a cat. It's just great. I mean, where else can you get content? Is there another video? I'd like to see it. Like these are going to loop. So we have another one here. Look at this new animal. Someone called it a bear otter cat, but it has a real name. I couldn't remember what it was. It's on the order service. Pikachu? No, yeah. It's not every day. I found these this morning. It's not every day you see a brand new animal you've never seen. That's cool. Let's have another video. Yeah, that'd be cool. Let's see here. Oh yeah, what would be without a cat video? This is Gumbus. She loves you, but loves three things more: a warm dishwasher,
Sink.
the sink, and
Hair ties.
hair ties. Yes, something like a good old cat video on the internet. Let's try another one. These are great. Maybe we should get on, but no, let's keep going. Let's keep going. Did you know that you could fold a bag like this? How cool is that? If I had not been looking at these things this morning, I never would have known that. Wow, I've been using rubber bands this whole time. Leo, let's do another one. Let's do another one. Hummingbirds. Why would we not more hummingbirds in our services all the time? And maybe we should get on to the Time for All Ages, but maybe just a couple more, because they're going so well. Oh, here's a dog running around. This is what it would look like. Maybe if you're a stick being chased or a bone being chased. I don't know. That's happy dog jumping over things, and maybe, but just one more, because this is how it goes. Yeah. Ooh, look at this thing, cephalopod. Watch this. It's gonna go camouflage. Whoa, that's so cool. I bet if we do another one, we'll find something else cool. But we should probably move on. Okay. All right. Whew, that was a lot. Yeah.
Oh, there's another one.
Oh, there's one more. That's someone riding this wave just recently, like a 158-foot wave. Herring. So these are the kind of things you can find out. All you have to do is look at videos on the internet repeatedly over and swipe to the next one, because the one before it was really interesting.
This month we've been exploring possibility, and well, when we look at videos like that, we never know what's going to show up. But I wonder if there's kind of another way to practice kind of being with ourselves and being present and
That makes
exploring what the
I
possibility
feel a little
around
overloaded
that
right
might
now.
be.
That sounds actually kind of good.
So I have a better idea than watching
let's
videos.
try it. Okay, let's try it.
I think we should do something really cool. Do you guys want to do something really cool? But what if it's even cooler than those cavitios?
Oh, I think
I think
that's,
it might be.
then
Do you want
yes,
to try
then
it?
yes.
You want to try it? Okay, this is what we're going to do. We are going to do nothing for like 1 minute. That means no moving. You have to breathe, but breathe quietly, not on your friend. No moving, no thinking, no laughing. We're going to do nothing for 1 minute. Are you ready?
Let's do it.
It's going to be awesome. Let's do
Do
it.
it.
Ready? 3, 2, 1, go. Nothing.
We do something else.
We have 30 more seconds of nothing. Okay. Oh my
Whew, all right.
Wow. Was that,
All right.
what do you think? Was that hard or was that easy?
That was 7 seconds.
It was hard?
Hard or easy?
Okay.
A little hard,
It
maybe a
was
little
kinda
challenging,
hard.
kind
Do
of
you-
boring. Okay.
I wonder how often you ever sit and just do nothing. When was the last time you did nothing?
I never do that.
Never?
No?
Never done that.
About 30
Interesting.
seconds.
Yeah.
About 30 seconds.
Yeah.
But did you all know that at a pediatrician's office, the kid doctor's office, there was a sign that said to the parents, every day, make sure your child is bored at least once.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah. I really like watching those videos, and I think they're really fun to learn things about. But I also think it's important that we take time to listen to ourselves, too. And if you're always watching something else or listening to somebody else, you're not able to, like, hear what your own self thinks. And so it can be fun to sort of practice doing nothing. So if you've never done nothing before, maybe this will inspire you to find just 1 minute, maybe just 1 minute sometimes, to sit and do nothing and see what happens in that space of
I love
nothingness.
how you said that clears a space for you all to hear your own voices inside of you and listen to your own thoughts and minds. Because if it's always filled with somebody else's, we don't get to experience the
don't.
wonderfulness of you.
Yeah. All right. Well, we're going to do some more learning today in our different spaces. But before we go, we need to say the Children's Covenant. Will you guys help me say it? Let's do it together. Ready? In this place,
I am kind.
In this place, I am loving. In this place, I am a friend to the earth and all animals and people. In this place, I am loved. All right, please rise and form the arch as we send our friends to RE, and we are going to walk carefully past the table, keeping our hands to ourselves.
As you go, may joy surround you. As you go, go in peace. Know our love is with you always. As you go, as you go. As you go, may joy surround you. As you go, go in peace. Know our love is with you always. As you go, as you go. As you go, may joy surround you. As you go, go in peace. Know our love is with you always. As you go, as you go.
I'm feeling discombobulated because I was doing nothing over there for a minute. I would like to keep doing nothing. My name is Laura Pitney. I'm the engagement coordinator here at UUFCO. I have some wonderful things to share with you all, so I have to move out of doing nothing into something. The first is that kind of wonderful time that we spend with young people here in the sanctuary happens and continues on in the religious exploration space here in the building every single week. And if you are a parent or a caregiver and you would like to know more about what's happening back there, whether your kid has been involved in religious exploration or not, you are invited next Sunday after service to stick around. We're going to have a potluck. We're going to find out what's been happening, what we would like to happen. We're going to have a whole wonderful conversation with Reverend Scott and Amy Brock. So I invite you to plan for that at around 11:30 on Sunday next week. There will be childcare provided, so adults will get to talk. I don't know if you remember, but a couple of weeks ago, there was a wonderful workshop here called Hard Conversations, Open Hearts. It was wonderful. We had about 40 people. The Leadership Development Committee put that program on, and it was so wonderful that they're doing a mini version of it again. If you're interested in participating, I have put a little sign-up sheet out at the kiosk. You have to use your phone, and you have to scan the QR code. Go ahead and sign up for that. It's going to be Sunday also next week at a congregant's house because we have so much happening here in the building that day that we're going to be doing it off-site. It's going to be a smaller group. If there's a lot of interest, we'll talk about offering it again at the end of the month. So please sign up for that if it sounds like something you really wish you hadn't missed. Next week also, it's a busy week next week, is the adult book club, or the spiritual book club conversation on love at the center. If you happened to have borrowed one of the 10 copies of the book, could you try to return it soon? Because there are a few people like me and a few others I've talked to who would love a chance to look at it before the book club so we can have a lot of participation. So if you checked out a book, please return it. And if you're interested in checking out the book, hopefully there will be some here for you this week. If you are interested in becoming a member or you are curious about what it is to be a member here at UUFCO, we are going to be having a series of classes, May 13th and 20th, and then the signing ceremony, if you choose to become a member, is on the 31st. And again, you can sign up at the kiosk, and you can also talk to me, and you can email me, and you can ask another member, what does it mean? What does it look like? Should I do it or not? All very valid questions. And last but not least, you know this place runs because of all of you. We could not have this place without all of you. It's a lay-run organization with some staff here in the background that does things, sometimes important things, but mostly it's you guys. So I want to make sure that if you are a volunteer, you received an email from me inviting you to our appreciation dinner that is going to be happening on June 5th. If you did not get it, make sure to tell me. And if you're thinking in the back of your mind, well, all I did was this little thing or that little thing, nothing is little. Whether you are a leader of a team, or you sit on the board, or you come and you pull cheatgrass, or you showed up one time to help with coffee, or maybe you stuck around after an event and you cleared tables, I don't care. We do all of this together as a community, and without everyone pitching in, it just wouldn't happen. And so we really want to make sure we have a chance to all get together and appreciate one another. And so I invite you to attend. That's on June 5th. And again, if you did not get the email, please follow up with me. Oh, and if you want more opportunities to volunteer, we're pulling cheatgrass on Saturday.
Wow, as you heard, there are always so many things happening in the life of this congregation. I mean, truly. And as you read our all-congregational email on any given Wednesday, you will see we do like to do things, lots of things. And to make it all possible, we rely on your generosity, the generosity of members and friends of this fellowship. But today's service is titled Less is More. So while we trust that we will be invited to consider how less can produce more by Reverend Scott later in the sermon, we also know that what he preaches about isn't always applicable across all aspects of our life. So in that spirit, we will take the morning offering and say that only sometimes it is true that less is more. Will the ushers please come forward to receive our gifts?
That was a wonderful punctuation to that little ditty. This congregation shares our joys and our sorrows and our gratitudes with one another. It's one of our rituals here. We share these out loud that are written on our sheets on the kiosk. We also know that there are joys and sorrows and gratitudes in your own life that we always carry with us every single Sunday. If you'd like to light a candle for one of those, they're on the sides of our sanctuary. Well, a couple gratitudes to offer up first. The first one is that after a decent absence that has frustrated those of us up here on the stage, the choir, and some of our events, we now have this screen that you all never see is back. It means a lot to us up here. And that came through lots of patience by the choir, a lot of hard work by Leora in the office, and some plane who flew our new projector from overseas. So gratitude for that. Another gratitude for Adam Brayman. He's our facilities manager. He has worked here for 2 years, and he has resigned recently. He is excited about some other opportunities in his life. He's finishing up some work at COCC, and we have loved working with Adam here. If you see Adam in the next month or so, he'll still be around. Be sure to wish him well and to say thank you for all the good work that he has offered into this fellowship. And one more gratitude, it's for the Unitarian Universalist Church of the Philippines. They are celebrating their 71st anniversary on this very morning across the sea as well, the other direction from the plane that brought us our projector. And they are reading a greeting from us, and they are celebrating the connection that they have with many congregations here in the United States. We're grateful for our relationship with the Church of the Philippines and also the smaller church that we're in relationship, the church in the NATO area. Our partners in the Philippines. A joy and a sorrow from Kirsty Haig. It's an update on our friend Lynn Ekstrom. Lynn is now in hospice at home. Things have progressed quickly. She is so grateful for your beautiful cards and all the help you've provided with meals and company. She's having difficulty seeing the very many people now and mostly sleeps. Your good wishes and love have been so uplifting to her. The joys of the hospice team of nurses have been absolutely amazing. Each and every one of them. It feels like Lynn is finally getting the pain management that she needs, and I'm so grateful for that. Thank you all for being part of such a wonderful community for her. I know Lynn appreciates prayers and good wishes and energy as well. Chris Patrick shares a joy and a thank you to our UUFCO family who shared their experiences and wisdom with us and helped make our Camino experience a beautiful success. Welcome back, Joy, or Chris and Flora. Donna Dobkin shares a joy. 48 UUFCO women gathered on Thursday to write 480 postcards to the Georgia voters. To date, our Actions for Democracy gatherings have written, get ready, y'all, 10,000 postcards to save our precious democracy. Which really isn't surprising when you consider how many women have been coming to that for how many months and writing how many postcards. 10,000 postcards makes sense. And Noreen Halberstadt shares that my daughter Isla fell last week and dislocated and broke her ankle in 8 places. A large plate and 7 screws later, she's still in the hospital and will be discharged next week to rehab. She appreciates your good thoughts and prayers and energy. And if you would like to send her a card, her address is on the back. And so we'll put this on the front table. You can copy it down, and we'll get it in the ACE as well. And Larry Price shares a joy that today is Martha's birthday, and we just returned from New York City for the debut of the Met Opera of a soprano that is a college classmate of mine. Wow, that'd be wild to see your college classmate up on the Met stage. And then finally from Stephen Parkin, love to all the men who came to the Men's Fellowship Renewal this weekend. It feels so good to grow roots. Yes, indeed, it was the 3rd annual meeting of our Men's Renewal, and it was marked by lots of joy, lots of love, and lots of care, and lots of sharing. So we're excited that that program has taken those roots. I'll invite us to take a deep breath, find our center, whatever that means. The mystic Meister Eckhart said, if the only prayer you ever said in your entire life is thank you, that is enough. Will you join us for some silent meditation?
This morning's reading is by Wayne Muller from Sabbath, Finding Rest, Renewal, and Delight in Our Busy Lives. When we live without listening to the timing of things, when we live and work in 24-hour shifts without rest, we are on wartime, mobilized for battle. Yes, we are strong and capable people. We can work without stopping, faster and faster, electric lights making artificial day so the whole machine can labor without ceasing. But remember, no living thing lives like this. There are greater rhythms, seasons, and hormonal cycles, and sunsets, and moonrises, and great movements of seas and stars. We are part of the creation story, subject to all its laws and rhythms. If busyness can become a kind of violence, we do not have to stretch our perception very far to see that Sabbath time, effortless, nourishing rest, can invite a healing of this violence. When we consecrate a time to listen to the still, small voices, we remember the root of inner wisdom that makes work fruitful. We remember from where we are most deeply nourished and see more clearly the shape and texture of people and things before us.
Now is the month of May, when very
Love yourself. Love everybody. Love the earth. Love the mystery. Amen. No, come on. You know I can't do that. Yeah, that would have gotten us to that 10:50 time we were talking about, but nope. Thank you for that magical choir. How fun to hear a song about Maying. May is that month. There's a scene in Camelot, the play, where King Arthur meets Lancelot for the first time, and Lancelot's incredibly excited because he wants to join the Knights of the Round Table and do the good work of going out and righting wrongs. And in this scene, Lancelot is getting ready to go, and he says, "No, Your Majesty, not immediately. Not until I've proved myself. You can't knight me. All you know of me now is words. Invest me because of my deeds, sire. Give me an order." To which Arthur says, "What, like now?" "Yes, now, this moment. Send me on a mission. Let me perform for you. Is there not some right I can wrong I can right? Some enemy I can battle? Some peril I can undertake?" Well, actually, there's not much going on today. This is the 1st of May, and the Queen and some of her court have gone a-maying, and I was on my way to surprise her when you surprised me. Gone a-maying, Your Majesty? Why, yes, it's sort of a picnic, and you eat grapes, and you chase girls around trees, and a picnic, Your Majesty. Yes, well, you see, it's a custom we have here in England, you know. It's a time for flower gathering. Knights gathering flowers, Your Majesty? Well, somebody has to do it. But with so much to be done, precisely because there is so much to be done. There is great wisdom in this. Because there is so much to be done is exactly why we should stop and smell the flowers, appreciate their beauty, take them into our lives. Because in all honesty, in our busy, hurried, crazy world, this video from I Love Lucy is what it feels like more often.
All right, girls, listen carefully. This is the wrapping department.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, the candy will pass by on this conveyor belt and continue into the next room where the girls will pack it. Now, your job is to take each piece of candy and wrap it in one of these papers and then put it back on the belt. You understand?
Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am.
Let her roll! Let her roll! Well, wait here. Somebody's asleep at the switch.
What are you doing up here? I thought you were downstairs boxing chocolates.
Oh, they kicked me out of there fast.
Why?
I kept pinching them to see what kind they were. This is the 4th department I've been in.
Oh, I didn't do so well either.
All right, girls. Now, this is your last chance. If one piece of candy gets past you and into the packing room unwrapped, you're fired.
Yes, ma'am.
Let her roll!
Oh, this is easier.
Yeah, we can handle this okay.
splendidly. Speed it up a little!
Whew. But a decent metaphor for how life feels sometimes, yes? Overwhelming all too much, can't quite keep up with all the things, wishing they would just slow down a little bit. And, boy, if this isn't one of the things that makes it feel like that. The entire world at our fingertips. These phones that give us, in a second, the entire world of information. Handbells, or the composition of a tree, or anything you could imagine available. Or games, or cat videos, or Wordle, or crosswords. There's no need to ever have a moment of calm or quiet in your entire life, be it the busyness of the world coming at you, or your attempt to distract yourself perhaps from the busyness of the world coming at you. And let me be clear, there's nothing wrong with Wordle, crosswords, or cat videos. There's a place for them. But when we can't get away from it, or we become addicted or perhaps just a little too much on our phone, we can begin to feel it. It has a very real effect in our lives. The neuroscientist Alex Gazzaley wrote a book called The Distracted Mind. And he said, quite simply, our brains are not made for this. We were evolved as animals in a different way. Yes, we are an animal that uses attention, that scans the horizon, that knows how to be distracted slightly if it might save our lives. But this kind of high-tech, information-rich world simply is not how we were made. And he's quite clear. The research says this affects our health in all kinds of ways. Perhaps you already know this. The busyness, the stress that it can put on your life, on your body, depression. There are all kinds of reactions hiding to the overwhelm. And yet, sometimes the exact opposite can feel like it. We have a full calendar and we might feel accomplished, like we're engaging life and getting things done. We're connected, we're informed, we're making it happen in the world. But somewhere underneath all this, there's a quietness being asked by our soul to just slow down, be calm. And it's not because we don't care about all the things we're doing in our lives or all the people. It's not because we don't have depth in our lives or don't want to learn new things. But it's because sometimes it's all coming at us in a way that we can't control, or in a way that we hide and fill up those small open spaces with distraction ourselves. There can be a loop where, yes, it feels like we're getting things done. All the tasks, all the meetings, the dishes, the chores, the to-do lists, the errands, and sit down at the end of the day and say, well, look at that. I did a lot today. Pat on the back. And we might have missed space in that day for perhaps the most important thing. Yourself. And your connection to that which is larger than you. And if we're not careful, we find ourselves in that loop, day in, day out, of getting things done. When what we really need within that day, because getting things done is good, is some space, some spaciousness. It's in that spaciousness that the holy and the sacred might be able to find us. I have never encountered the holy and the sacred while running frantic. This is a space where my mind can wander, unfettered by the 1,000 tasks and things to do. And this is the place where awe arises, where I can slow down and say, my God, look at the sky. How beautiful. Look at those stars. I hadn't even noticed because I was on my way to the next thing. I guarantee you, every sermon I've ever delivered has been found on a dog walk, or driving, or in the shower, or washing dishes, or cooking, or some space where I wasn't frantically active, because that's the space where ideas can come, creativity flourishes, and we find that new expression that comes from within you and can only come from within you. But we resist. It's strange. Such a fertile space, and we resist it. Albert Brooks wrote in the Harvard Business Review that we equate this with boredom. I'm not doing. I'm not being active. And he would say that boredom is the tendency for us to not be occupied otherwise cognitively. But when we can do this, it switches our thinking system to use a part of our brain called the default mode network. Sounds fancy, but really it's not. It's the part that's not busy. It's the structures in your brain that switch on when you're not massively and frantically thinking about other things to do. It's that space that you have, he says, when you're sitting at the light that's red, maybe the radio's not on, and you think to yourself, I hadn't thought about that. I'm glad I did. In fact, we resist it so much that his colleague, Dan Gilbert, did an experiment at Harvard where they put people in a room for 15 minutes. 15 minutes with the instruction to do nothing. Just nothing for 15 minutes. And yet in that room, there was a buzzer that would give them a slight shock. What they found is people were more apt to push the buzzer and toy with the shock than to just be faced with sitting there, doing nothing. Wow. Wow. And he would say that we don't like boredom and we think it's terrible, perhaps because it makes us think about things that might make us uncomfortable, or we get anxious about what we need to do, or maybe we ponder those big unanswerables, those meaningful questions in our life. What does life mean? What is my purpose? What should I be doing? And those are the questions of meaning-making. And we are meaning-making creatures. And if we allow ourselves no space for that, then we deprive ourselves of that very essential and human activity, creating meaning in our life. So perhaps boredom isn't exactly the right word. In conversation, I said, it's like that thing that, like when you're gardening and your mind is free. And they said, I'm not bored when I'm gardening. Most certainly the opposite. So it's that unstructured space that allows the holy and sacred in. There's a Christian minister, John Mark Comer, who wrote a book, The Ruthless Elimination of Hurry. He started a minister at this congregation, and he realized that one of the things that was making our world sick in his tradition, not in the ways of Jesus, was the phone, the distraction, and all the things. And he said, what we really need to do is be more contemplative, to rest, to do good works, to be with one another, these calmer ways of being. And he said that then we don't find ourselves just busy or hurrying, but we make space, because hurry is the great enemy of the spiritual life in our day. This message rang true, and his small congregation of 200 went to 1,000 very quick, and then another 1,000, and then another 1,000, and another 1,000, until this message had an audience of 7,000 people. I wonder what happened in that system after all those people decided that was a great message. It became hurried and frantic. And so he stopped for a while and took a break. How does this work? We balance the idea of doing things while also creating space. Because you heard Laura this morning, and if you ever read our ACE, you know that we like to do things, be with people, create justice in the world. In fact, someone once asked a Unitarian Universalist minister, "Where do you stand on this issue?" And the minister said, "We do not stand, sir. We move." It's in our blood, it's in our DNA, and it's in this church DNA as well. In the last years, the church has grown by 200 people. We used to not have a preschool, and now it's flourishing and fun every single day. We used to not host that many events, and now there's 3 to 4 every single week. We used to have a handful of justice programs, and now we have many doing all kinds of good work. This all runs, as Laura said, on your activity and your engagement and staff support. We have a strategic plan right now that isn't looking at necessarily becoming more and more frantic, but wonders how we can do what we're doing in a way that's deeper and more connected and more true to our values. We like to do hard things, and doing hard things is good, for sure. He gestures around at the building that happened. But if it's only hard things, if it's 9 hard things stacked all together, then we find ourselves in that overwhelm and place of unhealth. And so I think the answer lies in how it is we arrive at these activities, less what we do together. Because we're not a social justice organization, but we do social justice. We're not a counseling center, but we do offer compassionate listening and care. We're not a meetup group, but we offer people connection and fellowship. We're not a social service organization, but we do house the homeless and feed the hungry. We are a congregation through which all these activities flow through. But central to all this, why you come here instead of just going straight to the family kitchen, is because it runs through the spirit of love, and it brings us together. It allows that still small voice from our reading to make our work fruitful. It is the attitude and the love that we bring to the work that is primary. I trust that we're not going to stop doing things, not a danger. But always centering how it is we are doing is the most important. A mentor and colleague of mine once asked the questions, what if we don't try and force ministry? What if we let it flow? What if we don't try and control it? And I said, that sounds nice, but how do you do that? He also suggested I spend more time staring out the window. That sounds nice. How do I do that? It really comes down to paying attention and being intentional. To use secular words, it asks of us to communicate with one another, to be clear about our expectations and to have boundaries, to be able to say no when it won't fit and a joyous yes when it can. And to use spiritual language, it requires of us grace, tremendous grace, allowing of ourselves and others non-perfection, and space and spaciousness. We offer that to each other, and I know that our staff needs it. It asks of us faith, that if we do these good works and we are with one another in this way, that we can have faith, that what we produce will be good and right, and for the world, justice. And it asks of us love, that we ground our work in love for one another and for the world around us, that we let that love guide us. This is true in the world traditions. In Christianity, in Mark, Jesus says, come with me by yourselves to a quiet place and get some rest. Islam asks for 5 times a day for its adherents to pray. Take a break. The Buddha's always sitting down and being quiet, taking a moment for himself. Taoism knows that the center of the wheel, the hub, not the spokes, is where that quiet calm that creates the turning happens. And there are those other poets like Wendell Berry, who reminds us that when the world gets chaotic, there are places to go. The Peace of Wild Things, he writes, when despair, or I would say hurriness and rush, or the rabid want for distraction grows in me. I wake in the night at the least sound in fear of what my life and my children's lives may be. And I go and lay down where the wood drake rests in his beauty on the water and the great heron feeds. And I come into the peace of wild things who do not tax their lives with forethought of grief. I come into this presence of still water, and I feel above me the day-blind stars waiting with their light. And for a time, I rest in the grace of the world, and I am free. So I don't think our work is to eliminate distraction altogether, or to not do good work and put our energy into the world. But I do think our spiritual work is to resist that pull, that constant pull, and claim moments like we do here on our mornings and say, there is space for breath, for a meaningful conversation with the person in front of me, to truly listen to this music that's all around me, to look up at that patch of sky, perhaps even time to clean off a messy desk, whatever those things are that are in your way. You can give it to yourself, because the reality is that sacred and that holiness, they're not absent in our lives. That sense of awe is not unavailable. They're always right there, waiting patiently for us to just create a little space, a small gap, a pause in our life amidst all the hurry, and be with it, and simply be there, available to the wonders that happen. May it be so.
Please stand as you are able and singing our closing song, Do You Hear?
Do you hear, oh my friend, in this place where you stand, through the sky, through the land? Do you hear, in the heights on the plain, in the vale on the main, in the sun on the rain? Do you hear, Through the roar, through the rush, through the throng, through the crush, do you hear in your hush of your soul, hear the cry, fear won't still, hear the heart's call to will, hear a sigh, startling trill, in your soul, in your soul. From the place where you stand to the outermost strand, do you hear, oh my friend? Do you hear all the dreams, all the dares, all the sighs, all the prayers? They are yours, mine and theirs. Do you hear,
We invite all of you to join us for coffee hour after our service and ask you to reach out to someone new and say hello today. So as we remain standing, please join me in the unison reading of our covenant, the promise we make to one another as we extinguish the chalice. Love is the spirit of this fellowship, and service is its law. This is our covenant, to dwell together in peace, seek the truth in love, and to help one another.
Yes.